Don't shine on your own. Okie dokie, guys. Come on in. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about the benefits of on site testing for construction companies. Okay, so when you are certified, that you can have a mobile, you can do this as a mobile business or you can have a physical location. But mobile testers are winning. So you have an advantage as a mobile testing company, right? And also, if you do have a physical location, if you're flexible to go on site, you can also go, on site. I do have a few students that have taken my course. They have physical locations, but baby, they will go on site if they need to go on site. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are flexible, but having a mobile testing, doing this as a mobile testing business, you will win in this space. Why? Because businesses need you to come on site. You have to understand that companies, time is money for them. They cannot stand downtime. Y'all already know that. You know how the job is where you work at now. They can't stand for nobody to call in. They can't stand for nobody to be late. Baby, and most of some of them don't even want you to take a lunch break. It just depends on who you with, right? So when these companies, because listen, they are a part of a consortium. These companies, they have to be a part of a consortium. In this consortium, they're going to receive emails, messages, to let them know that they have to go get a random test, right? So, or when it's time for their quarterly. A random can pop up at any time, okay? And when they get that notification, they have to send their employees, no matter how many it is, off site to go get a test. Y'all tap the screen when you come in, tap the screen to go get tested. This causes a disruption in their workflow. These companies have projects that they're trying to complete, deadlines that they have to meet. Hello, that they have to meet. So they're chasing the bag. Hey, thank you, Trish, for the gift. So they're chasing the bag, right? So being as that they're chasing the bag, they're not going to leave off their clock. They got their fingers crossed, hoping that they don't get an audit, but they never know. An audit can happen anytime. And this is how this works. If they get a notification to send 6 of their employees to go get a test and they don't, the next day they're out of compliance. And I'm telling you, this happens more times than you think. 9 times out of 10, every company that you talk to, they're out of compliance. And I'm just going to keep it real and transparent. When me and my husband first started our trucking company, he was the only one driving. He was the only driver, right? So we get a notification in the middle of what we doing, what we got going on. No, wasn't no test finna go get done. Not that day. You know what I'm saying? The next day. But say for instance, if we would have gotten an audit early that morning, right? Then we would have been out of compliance and then got hit with a fine. So these companies are getting hit with big fines if they're out of compliance. And I'm not talking about a, traffic ticket type of fine. I'm talking about 16,000 plus dollars in fines. Hello. In fines, okay? Can y'all hear me? In fines. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. So, being is that you're certified, you already know that you'll be doing collections for both DOT as well as non DOT. So, you have non DOT. DOT is the Department of Transportation. Anyone that has a CDL license, okay? So, anyone that drives a big truck, flies a plane, operates a train, public transportation, as well as school bus, they fall under DOT. Okay. Anyone with that license, they have to get mandatory testing. Guys, this is by law. Okay. This is federally mandated by law that they have to get a test every quarter. So that's every 3 months, at random, pre-employment, post-accident, reasonable suspicion, return to duty, and other. So they, no matter what's going on in this world, no matter how many companies are closing down, no matter how many people are getting laid off of their jobs, when it comes to this, when it comes to compliance, compliance never closes. So it was a no-brainer for me to make sure that I'm attached to something always where a bag is going to chase me down. And guys, if you want to get out of the struggle and stay out of the struggle, you have to have something to sell, for sale, of service, and something to offer to a business. So just know this. When you get certified, your skill is always needed. You need to make a mental note that you are always needed at random. You're always needed if there's an accident. You're always needed for pre-employment. You're needed every 3 months. You're needed for reasonable suspicion. You're needed for return to duty. In other, this is what happens in these industries, guys. This is a $9.5 billion industry. It's not going anywhere. And the one thing about it is it's untapped. There's not enough people that know about this opportunity. So when you get certified for DOT testing, we're charging anywhere between 125 to 250 plus for DOT collections. For non-DOT, we're charging 55 to 85 plus. After hours, $1,000. Okay. If a company calls you after hours, it's because there has been an accident. Okay. Not a pre-employment. Ain't nobody calling you at 1 in the morning, 12, 7, 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night for a pre-employment test. No, they know the business hours. Hello. They're calling you because someone has had an accident. And if someone has had an accident, they have to get someone tested quickly. Okay. They can't wait till the next day. They can't wait till the lab's open. They can't wait. No, they have to get a test immediately, right now. And guess what? They could care less about the cost. Okay. They can care less about the cost. When my student did that helicopter crash, she was a first responder for that helicopter crash. They contacted her around 1 in the morning, And it was 3 collections that she had to do. She made over $1,800 to perform 3 collections. How many hours do you have to work to make $1,800? Can somebody comment below? Do you make $1,800 a day at your job? Can you make $1,800 a day at your job? Comment below. Let me know. Comment below. Let me know. Right? You have to cut out the middleman if you want to see that type of motion. You want to see that type of movement, you have to cut out the middleman. You want to be certified and qualified. Okay? Have you a high-paying skill that pays the bills. Okay? So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay? So any questions before I move on to the benefits of on-site testing for construction companies? And probably some questions that you have is on the flyer. If you pay attention to the flyer, maybe questions that you have right now is on the flyer. But if you have questions, comment below and I will answer those questions for you guys. Any questions that you have before I move on. Okay, so guys, we already know transportation sealed up. We already know we got transportation in the bag. We already know that, no problem. So being that you know you have transportation in the bag, make sure you start trying other different industries, right? Because it's more than transportation. So we're talking about construction. So benefits of on-site testing for construction companies. I have my notes here, guys, so I am reading. Okay, so construction companies with DOT regulated CDL drivers, heavy machinery operators are subject to testing under the 49 CFR Part 40, and that's what you'll learn in my training. On-site testings ensure they stay audit ready and avoid fines or shutdowns. Baby, they're not trying to get hit with these fines. So this is what I be trying to tell y'all. A lot of people, when they get started in the business, you know, they're not very confident yet. So when they contact these companies, they're contacting them like, hey, I can save you some money. I can give you $50 off. I can do a test for $60. These companies don't care nothing about that little change. They really don't care. Okay. If you want to give them a discount, you can give them a discount. But you have to realize some of these companies are paying $1 million a year in testing. Depends on how big their operation is. So they don't care nothing about that little money that you're trying to save them. They have the money. Okay. When you come on site, you're minimizing downtime. Workers don't have to leave the job site for testing. And on top of that, if they doing a little smoke in the pancake on the weekend, they gonna stop by somebody's shop and get some synthetic urine so they can beat the test. This is what happens in this industry. This is a pain point. So you can also make sure you make that known to the employer. Okay. There's no delays waiting at the clinics or traveling off site. So that's going to increase productivity. Listen, when they gotta go off site, you already know they're gonna play around a little bit. And they're gonna go get them something to eat. They're gonna go do whatever they need to do. But they gotta get through traffic. Then when they finally get to the testing facility, they gotta wait in line like everybody else. Hello. They don't say, "Oh, you here with the construction company? Oh, you drove 45 miles to get here? Oh, no problem. We finna put you first." No, they gonna wait 3 or 4 hours like anybody else. It doesn't matter. So you are the solution to their problem. Hello. Also, by you doing on-site testing, faster post-accident responses. Hello. So when an accident occurs, post-accident testing must happen within an hour. It gotta happen. So they ain't got time to be playing no games, waiting to see who gonna come. They need somebody out here right now, and they can care less about how much something cost. Hello. On-site collectors, they respond quickly. They protect the company from liability and meeting insurance reporting deadlines. They got bigger fish to fry. They worried about insurance. They worried about losing their insurance. Hello, or their premium going up. So that's another thing. They have to make sure that these workers are tested. Also, big contracts that they're working with, other companies that they're working with, doing the work for, they want to make sure that their employees are substance free. Hello. They want to know that because they want to make sure, listen, we don't want y'all messing up this project for us. So we want to make sure that your people are tested. When is the last time they got a test? So when you show up to these companies, you can let them know, oh, I have your documentation ready for auditors and maybe other business deals that you're trying to close. Hello. Hello. Hey, click the link tree in my bio. You can download my free guide on how to start a mobile testing business if you have to run. Okay, so it reduces the liability and insurance risk. Documented testing helps reduce workers' comp fraud, supports the action, and they can lower the premium. Listen, this is the stuff behind the scenes. That's why it's important that you know what to do and how to talk to these people or what to put in your pamphlets or your marketing material. Hello, when you're talking to these companies, because I do cheap tests, ain't gonna make the cut, baby. It just depends on who you talking to, right? Now you're doing something in the color coded system, right? With individual people, they have to go get their own test. Hello, hello. Hey, coach, is the program going? No, it's still on school. It's still in school. I was just in there. We in there. What's going on with your stuff? No, we in there. So if you're dealing with somebody like the color coded system, somebody that's mandated by the courts, right, to get a test. Now you can go to them and say you do cheap, test for the cheap, because they have to go and get a test no matter what time day. If they color is called Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, guess what? They got to go get a test Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So them hearing something about a cheap test, they'll love that. But when you talking about these multi-million-dollar industries, they don't care about that. So don't even come to them people with that, baby. Listen, you are a professional in your field. And they need you more than you need them. Let's just keep it real, baby. They need you more than you need them. Hello. They need you. Is it asking for? Are you under the subscription part? Make sure you're under the subscription for the school. Okay. So they need you more than you need them. It also lowers also guys, so random and pre-employment testing discourages let me see how can I say this to help y'all understand. Let me put this in latex terms. So when they hire, you may have certain companies that hire recruiters, right? They're hiring recruiters. If they're hiring recruiters and the recruiters are hiring the people, because they got to pay these recruiters, and then when they test the people, now they see that they're hot. Hello, I am chosen one from the start. Good to meet you. Okay, thank you. Hi, Bobby. Good to meet you. So they're wasting money by not just getting random test, well, not random, getting pre-employment tests for these employees first before they even hire them. So they're missing out on money or wasting money when they're hiring a recruiter to hire. Then they go through the hiring process, making sure to get them tests. They're wasting money. Ain't nobody got time for that. So, hello, on-site testing helps with that. It's also cost effective when they're doing on-site testing as well. Hello, and it also boosts safety concerns. This is a big deal in the construction space. Do y'all hear me? A big deal. So a lot of pain points that they face in this industry is losing 2 to 3 hours of work per person to go to a clinic. Baby, they don't want to do that. They're not trying to do that. You are the solution. I need somebody to comment the solution because you are the solution. Hello. They miss post-accident deadlines. So DOT requires testing within 2 to 8 hours after an accident. And failure to meet those deadlines equals non-compliance and liability. Thank you. The solution. You are the solution. Hello. So unreliable clinics or overbooked labs, because this happens. Sometimes when people go to labs, they can't take them. They have to send them away. So this is why a lot of my not a lot of my students, a few of my students, they service some of the clients for some of the labs that they're linked up with. Okay, because they have an overflow. So they be like, hey, we need you to service this client. So they'll go to their location. Also, walk-ins often sit in waiting rooms for hours, baby. Like they trying to get an MR, what is it, an MRI? Listen, ain't nobody trying to sit in there all day like they finna get a CAT scan. Like, come on, time is money. Hello. And also, clinics may not follow DOT protocol, and they do, baby. I know this firsthand. I have students, hello, that have been working at the lab for years, and they have been doing things incorrectly. I have had students that work for the lab, but they did not study the mock exam. They didn't study that part. And when it got time to take the mock exam, they did not pass the mock because they're doing things incorrectly at the labs. They are not following DOT protocol. Hello, this is what happens. They're not following DOT protocol. So they're like, oh my gosh. And then when they go look at the material, look at the train, they're like, oh wow, we have been doing things wrong. This is horrible. So now they got to unlearn and relearn for their own business. Okay. Because if they mess something up, they just get complacent at the labs. They do things wrong all the time. Somebody told me they have mirrors up when they're not supposed to. They're signing the seals on the paper. Like it's a lot that they're doing, but there's a lot of mistakes that happen. So that is a pain point because clinics, they fail to meet DOT protocols and it leads to rejected or invalid tests. So y'all, hello, and all you're getting, get an understanding. Hello. Subcontractors may skip testing or use unreliable labs. So no standard testing policies for subcontractors. So this is where you come in at. Also increased risk of accidents and lawsuits. So no testing equals prevention. Substance abuse equals higher risk of site injuries and workers' comp. Do you think these companies want to pay some workers' comp? They don't. They really don't. Okay, so let's see the violations that they getting hit with. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Failure to test or improper documentation is $25,000. Damn, that is not $25,000 per violation, and up to $100,000 per violations for willful negligence, bro. They in their pocket deep. Do you hear me? Listen, this is what they don't want to deal with. So you telling them that you're gonna save them, baby, don't save them a dime. Don't save them no money. Get your bag. Somebody comment bag below. Don't save these companies no money. That's not what they want. They want convenience and compliance. And you ain't got, and listen, you don't have to lower your prices to get your foot in the door. Hello. You do not have to lower your prices to get your foot in the door, baby. They doing that enough at the 9 to 5, paying people 15, 16, 17, 8. No. You had enough of that at the 9 to 5, baby. Do not, and you do not have to lower your prices to get your foot in the door. You just need to be certified and qualified. Hello. Hello. Any questions before we move on to the training? Okay. Do y'all get it? Y'all understand? Do you understand the benefits of on-site testing for construction companies before I move on to the training? Okay. In order to be a specimen collector, you have to take a qualifying course. I offer the qualifying course. Can you see the flyer? Can you see the flyer? Can you see the flyer? Okay. No degree required. No degree required. Okay. No degree required. This is an online self-paced course for self-paced learning because I know how these jobs are, baby. They don't want you to have a life. They don't want you to get no higher education. They want your soul. So therefore, I made it flexible for you. Okay. Now, the quickest that everybody is, most people now that are registering, probably for the past couple of months, they have been completing the course in 1 week. 1 week. Now, I do have people that register for my course and they pass the written exam within an hour of registering for the course. So let me tell you how that goes. You're gonna be certified or take the training for DOT as well as non-DOT. So you have written material that you will go over for that. Guys, it's very simplistic, very succinct. Okay. So once you go over the written material, then there is a final exam that you take, a test. It's all done digitally. You go in there and you take the test. Okay. It's a multiple choice. Okay. And you have to make at least an 87%. If you don't pass, you go right back in there and take it again, free of charge. Right back and take it again. The only way you don't pass that test is if you don't study. Now, listen, I know I done had some people to went in there, go in there and be like, let me just do any, mini, mighty, mo and see what happens. Because, baby, ain't no way that you didn't miss 18 questions. They ain't study, right? But if you study, there's no way that you would not pass this test. Go to my profile, go under my playlist, go to testimonials, okay? Go to my student highlights, go to the testimonials. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Hello, okay? So once you pass that, then you will go over and watch the mock videos. I have everything in order, okay? The mock videos, it's in video format. It's also in the guide, step by step on how to do the collections, okay? Once you're done and you're ready, you will book your mock exam with me and we will meet via Zoom, okay? And you will demonstrate that you can perform and do the collections of a temperature out of range, donor refused to sign, shy bladder, and an uneventful. Okay. And guess what? For the donor refused to sign, I ask you, what do you do if a donor refused to sign? What is the answer? I put in the remarks section, donor refused to sign. It's that simple. And you actually do an uneventful twice. So you're doing 5 collection scenarios. Okay. Once you're done with that, boom, I have step by step on what you do. Hey, do this before contacting the labs. And you do that to set up your business stuff. And then you start contacting the labs. I have a list of labs that you can partner with in the community. Okay. Once you partner with the labs, they're going to send you your CCF forms, they're going to send you cups, everything you need to do the collections. Okay. Also, they're going to send you your FedEx mailers because, guys, we only do the collections. We do not do the analysis on the specimen. Okay. So we collect and we ship it back to the lab. And guess what? We're not even paying for that. But being is that they are doing the analysis, sending us all our supplies, they're going to charge you a fee to do the analysis. Each lab in each state, each city, each county is different. Okay. In the fee, I have students that pay $7, right? It just depends on $7 and up. I don't pay $7. I pay more than $7. But she's paying $7. I pay $16 or something like that. $16. So she pays $7, right? So $7 and up. Hello. Now, The labs, they're partnering with us. They're smart because we're helping them make money and save money at the same time. How are we doing it? Well, first of all, every company wants to expand. We know that. That's every company's uh they want to expand, period. Expansion. That's more money, right? But right now, what's going on is they have workers and employees are a liability. Okay. So by them having employees there, they want to be able to make the money without the risk. Okay. So this is why AI is taking over people's jobs. So they have employees that's working, but if it's slow, then they're doing TikTok videos, they on YouTube, they watching Coach Portia live, trying to figure out how they can get away from their job. And they like, dang, they gotta pay them 401k, vision, health insurance, dental, like they gotta give them a lot. And if they get hurt on the job, that's workers' comp. If they fire them for piss poor performance, now that's unemployment. They don't want to have to deal with that. Okay. Now it will cost them billions of dollars to open up 30,000 collection sites. 30,000 collection sites is nothing in the whole United States of America. That is nothing, right? However, if they partner with 30,000 people, they don't have to spend billions of dollars to do that. Hello, hello. The labs are closing at 5 o'clock, no later than 6. They're closed on weekends. And they're only listen, they can't be in New York and Chicago at the same time. Hello. They brick and mortar. They can't be everywhere at the same time. So they're looking for people that got movement. We're moving. We got movement out here. We got motion, right? Because we're going to get all of our money. We're not getting paid by the hour. We're not getting paid 15 an hour, 12 or 18.50, I think is the most that they pay employees in this industry is 18.50. We're getting more than that. We're getting all of our money and we're working. We ain't on the clock doing TikTok videos. We're out here doing what we need to do. We're marketing. We got billboards. We got radios, radio advertisement. We in newspapers. Hello. We in the Chamber of Commerce. We're in the Black Chamber of Commerce. We're doing presentations with different companies to let them know what we have. We in the drug courts. We're where we're supposed to be because what? We getting all of our money. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a little different when you're dealing with somebody that's an entrepreneur versus somebody that's a worker. Because if you only paying me $15 an hour or $18 an hour, I'm not going to market your stuff. You may send me off to market your business, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to the mall, I'm going to get me something to eat, I'm gonna sit in my car and I'm gonna stroll. I may even go home. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So this is what happens, right? So if these companies can get 30,000 partners and they're making $1,800 per month per partner, that particular lab will earn $54 million per month. Hello. Success leaves clues. These people are not crazy. They're very smart, and I don't blame them, And also, one of my students was contracted out by a lab to come and do the testing, the collections at a lab. And I'm like, what? And she was getting paid more than the workers. Pretty soon, because listen, I already knew. I said, darn, pretty soon they're gonna just have these locations just to receive the specimen. So I talked to a young lady that worked with Quest, and she told me, oh, this location, we don't do walk-in testing. I said, really? She said, yeah, they just do the analysis. So I'm trying to tell y'all, they listen, they finding a way so they don't have to fool with people. Tell you what's going on. They don't want the hassle. They don't want the risk, right? They don't want the risk. So this is why they're moving this way. And I'm just telling you from what's going on. Somebody I heard from the inside. Okay. Because it all makes sense to me. They don't care nothing about, oh, but what about people? They don't want people to take care of their family. They don't care. They said, if you want to take care of your family, take care of your family. What they got to do with us? They tell you what to do. Actually, it was a young lady that commented on my post, and she was like, she went to school and she been trying to get a job at LabCorp for a minute, and she can't get a job. Baby, hire yourself. You trying to get a job, baby. They looking for partners. They don't want that liability. They looking for partners. Hello. They want people with PhD, poor, hungry, and determined. Okay. Anyway, guys, you get community support free for 30 days. Let me clear this up real quick. Guys, the course is $400. The training is $400. For the training, you get DOT and non-DOT. You get the training for both. Hello. DOT as well as non-DOT. Okay, you get the training for both. Guys, the $400, it comes with the training. Okay, it does not come with unlimited access to me. Come on now, listen. Let's keep it real. If it was gonna do that, I need to go up on my prices like everybody else, baby. They sell these courses for $2 or $3 or $4 and $5,000. Hello, and they getting scammed. You know, so I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna lead you any type of way to make you think you're gonna get more out of me, because that's not how I roll. I'm gonna be transparent about what it is that I do. If you think that you're gonna have unlimited access to me, keep your money. Okay? I'm just keeping it real. I gotta keep it real over here. When you want me to lie to you, want me to tell you the truth. I'm gonna keep it real. But go over there to my testimonials, baby. Go over there, follow a real one. Go over there to my testimony. Let's just keep it so you'll know what's going on. Okay. You get community support free for 30 days. 30 days. Okay. Poor, hungry, determined, period. Okay, girl. For 30 days. After 30 days, if you want to stay in the community, it's $20 per month. Only $20 per month if you want to stay in the community. If you don't want to stay in the community, you leave the community and you don't pay the $20 and you don't complain. Because if you feel like it's valuable, then you pay your $20 a month. If it's not valuable, then don't pay and not complain. Why complain about something that you don't think is valuable? You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it real. Payment plans are available. Sizzle, Shop Pay, Klarna, as well as Afterpay. Hold on one second. I gotta blow my nose. Okay, testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm back. Okay, guys, if you want to be a specimen collector and trainer, as a trainer, instructor, you can train your own employees if you decide that you want to expand. Guys, expansion is good. Okay, if you want to train other people, employees, if you want to sell your own courses as another stream of income, if you want to start your own virtual training center from anywhere you have internet, okay? As an instructor, you open up 10 plus streams of income for yourself. Do you know how many streams of income you need to have? Do you know how many streams of income you need to have? Do you know? 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 So you'll have community support free for 30 days. Free for 30 days. If you want to stay in the community, it's $20 per month. So you'll get group support for $20 per month. I'm in there, of course, and other like-minded individuals are in the training, in the community. Okay. So guys, 10 plus streams of income. You ready? All right. So you're already doing the collections. Okay. So you have DOT. What did I say we charging? 120. What's this? My favorite pen. 125. That's my favorite pen, y'all. Okay, this is my favorite pen. One of my favorite pens. 125 to 250 for DOT. For non-DOT, it's 85. I'm sorry, 55 to 85. Plus, don't forget about the plus. After hours, $1,000. And that's for one person. That's just to leave your house. One person and just to leave your house. Period. $1,000. If they got 2 or 3 and 4, then you add up 400, 500, whatever. I don't care. But get your bag because they got it. Okay. They got it. Stop playing. We're talking about businesses here. They don't have to wait until they get paid next week and next month. Hello, next week and next month. 7 streams. Thank you. 7 streams of income. Okay. We finna unlock 10 real quick. 10 plus. Okay. 3 streams of income. Now that you are an instructor, you're gonna have people that come to you and they say, hey, Caitlin, I see that you was offering that course on how to be a specimen collector. How much is your course? Like, how do I take your course? Because I've been looking into this for a few years now, but the people I've been, watching, I ain't really vibing with them like that. I'm vibing with you, Caitlin. Your vibe brings your tribe. Hello, your vibe brings your tribe. Get out your feelings. Your vibe brings your tribe. It's probably listen. It's thousands of people have seen me promote this course, but they ain't vibing with me. They're vibing with you. You just got to stop hiding. Hello, come out, pop out, baby, and they ready. Okay, they're ready for you. So that's 3 streams of income, and then you got DOT. A lot of companies they sell this separately. Okay, they sell it separately. Okay, so boom. They say, Cynthia, how much you charge for your DLT course? Or Phoenix, I see you was promoting that course on how to be a specimen collector. How much you charge? Because listen, I was seeing some other people promote it on social media and TikTok, and they was talking about going to the 7-Eleven bathroom. They was pulling up to the truck stops and stuff, and that didn't make sense to me. They ain't sit right in my spirit going to no 7-Eleven, and you just told us that we're gonna do on-site testing at the employer's location. And you like, yes, you're right. It didn't sit right in your spirit because that's not right. Baby, these people, listen, y'all follow a real one. There's a lot of jive turkeys out here selling this course. Follow a real one. Hello? Ain't nobody at no 7-Eleven doing no tests. Ain't nobody at no Walmart doing no collection. Ain't nobody at no truck stop doing no collection. They ain't never did a collection a day in their life. Understand me and understand me well. These companies are not shutting down their whole bathroom so you can go in there and make some money. And ill. If you avoid public restrooms at all costs, why in the world would you take your paying customer to a public bath? Tell me now. I just want to know. We're not doing that. You're gonna learn right over here, baby. They just doing content. It's okay. But I'm gonna tell you what's real and what ain't. But I'm gonna tell you over here. Ain't gonna be on nobody else post about what they doing. Ain't gonna be in nobody comment section. I'm just gonna keep it real over here and give you some clarity. Cause somebody asked me about the truck stop. Do you only teach truck stop? I said, baby, I don't teach truck stop pimping. I don't teach that. Ain't nobody riding around at the truck stop talking about, do you need to pee in a cup? No. Excuse me. Hello. No, ma'am. No. Why we do that? We get paid $250 plus $125 to $250. Oh my gosh, no. No, we're not doing that. Okay. 5 streams of income, guys. Then is that you are a instructor. There's going to be people that have went to different companies, right? And they took the written exam because I told you they sell it separately. And they like, damn, I done already paid $900. Y'all think I'm going to show y'all. I done already paid $900 for DOT. Now they want to charge me. You see that? You see that? They charge you, okay? They're like, I already paid $900 for the DOT. Now they want me to pay $750 or $700 for the mock exam. Like, oh my gosh, I need a instructor that I can go through to take my mock exam. You see that? $700 for the mock. Okay. My mocks come included with my course. The mocks come included, okay? But okay, they went out there, they took the written exam. So now they need to take the mock. For people that have already taken the written exam with another company and they need to take the mocks with me, I charge $175 for the mock exam. I know, right, Steven? There it is. Screenshot it. Screenshot it. I want you to screenshot it, okay? I charge $175 for the mock. Okay. And something else that I created, guys, when you start, listen, I know, listen. know. When you start doing something new, guys, it gives birth to new ideas. Okay. So I received a download to create the mock preparation handheld session. This is for people that have horrible anxiety when it's time to take tests. So I offer that. That's $150. That's 6 streams of income. Now, I know for a fact that no one was offering this before I started. They may be offering it now, which is cool with me. I'm an income creator. I create opportunities for people to be able to get a bag. But this right here just shows you that your gifts will make room for you, baby. You just got to step out. There's plenty, baby. It's an abundance everywhere. You are a creator. Hello, create. Okay. So 7 streams of income, guys. Oh, well, let's get them. 7 stream. We'll do mentor later. 7 streams of income. There's gonna be people. Y'all ain't seen none yet. Watch. There's gonna be people that are already certified and now they want to be a trainer. Okay. They say, listen, I'm already certified and now I want to be a trainer. How much is your trainer course? Y'all see that? That was 2,000, baby. Somebody told me they seen them up for 6,000. Okay, y'all see that? That's $2,000 for the trainer course. Okay. Me personally, if they're already certified in both DOT, non-DOT, then my trainer course is only $500. That's 7 streams of income. Yes, yes, way. Yes, way. Yes, way. That way. Yes, way. Okay. So that's 7 streams of income. Okay. But as you can see, let's go back to mine. As you can see, my trainer course, it is a bundle. So I have the one for 500, but then I also have the bundle where you can get certified in DOT and non-DOT for only $600. That's 8 streams of income. 9 streams of income is mentorship, guys. If you become a person of value instead of chasing success out here and become a person of value, money will chase you down. Y'all listen. Listen. That's one thing y'all need to know. If you are valuable, money will chase you. Hello. If you are valuable, money will chase you down. Your name will be spoken in rooms positively that you ain't never walked in before. Hello. Hello. So that's mentorship. I offer mentorship. I think my 30 minutes are 150 and up. My mentorships go up to like $700. And people pay me for that because I'm a person of value. Hello. I chose not to learn how to run somebody else's business. I chose to pour into myself and allow my gifts to make room for me. Hello. So what I say, that's 8 streams or 9 streams of income for mentorship, 10 streams of income. Now that you are an instructor and you offer the mock exam, of course you're going to offer mock supplies. So I also sell mock supplies. I've made over what, $11,000, some $12,000 just selling mock supplies. Hello. That's 10 streams of income. 11 streams of income. I also offer the error collectors training for people that are in the field and they go and make mistakes and they got to get a retraining. I offer that. 12 streams of income. Now, when your students get ready to take the mock exam, they need to have a donor present. Okay. If they don't have a donor, if you want to do it for free, you can do it for free. I did it for free for 2 years. Okay. But people be peopling, baby. They do a no call, no show, don't call, don't show up. So listen, no, I don't let people take advantage of me like that no more. So if you do not have a donor, you can book me as a virtual donor. That's 12 streams of income. Okay. Not to mention, guys, me starting this, me even getting involved in this industry, I now do hair specimen collection training and I offer the training as well. I now do oral and I offer it as well. That's 13, that's 14 streams of income. DNA, that's 15 streams of income. in nails. That's 16 streams of income, guys. Hello, that's 16. That is 16 streams of income just because I said yes. That is it. That is all, right? So it is not hard to get into this industry. The test is not hard. None of those things are hard. The hard part, it is always the same across the board. The hard part is getting people out of their feelings. Okay. People are afraid, scared to move, afraid of failure. Like there's so many things that's tied to that, and the reason why people don't move, right? But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, are you successful now? Are you where you want to be now? In my case, I had hit rock bottom, so I couldn't get any lower than that when I decided to walk away from corporate America over 13 years ago, right? With a negative $249 in my account, I started a business, right? Started my business. I was a negative $249 in my account. My first day in business, I made $2,000. My full week, 4,000. The next week, 8,000. It's because I had something to sell, for sale, of service. It's something to offer to a business. Something I know now that I didn't know then. I didn't know then that I am money. I know I'm money now. I didn't know that then. I just knew I ain't want to work for people and I was tired of working for folk. That's all I knew. But now I understand, I know who I am and whose I am. Thank you, Queenie. And I know I am money. Okay. So, guys, at the end of the day, there's nothing special about your job, your boss, somebody that make $1 million a year versus somebody that make 30,000 a year. They're no more special than you. God ain't blessing them more than they bless you. God does not have respect of person. It's all about principles. I follow a principle. That is it. That is all. I stand on principles. So therefore, I receive a harvest because I'm sowing into my business every day. People get in their feelings and they get in their ego, especially when they start, wanting to make money online, right? It's ego. Nobody's liking my posts. I don't have any views. My views are low. Ain't nobody sharing. Nobody's commenting. Baby, that is ego. That is all ego. All you have to do is show up and do the work. Everybody starts at zero. Hello? Listen, I get low views and stuff all the time. That ain't stopped. That hasn't stopped anything. I still reap harvest. You think I'd be doing this if I ain't making no money? I've been doing this for 2 years. One thing about me, I love what I do. But being as that I love what I do, I'm still gonna make money whatever I do. And I ain't rocking nowhere. I ain't making no money because it's not meant for me to do that. Because God want me to prosper, be in good health, even as my soul prosper. Hello. But it just so happened that I love what I do. I absolutely love what I do. It is the reason why I show up every day because I enjoy what it is that I do. Everybody wants to be happy in the work that they do, but you have to be willing to make a move. You have to make moves to discover your purpose because your purpose does not discover you discover it. So I have made plenty of moves